Hello guys, starting a new series today. Craftsman is in the house. We're going to start a new series today. Today's going to be combo wrenches. It could be 6-point, it could be 12-point, it could be long or even regular pattern. No shorts, but either regular and some maybe long pattern, as well as 6 and 12-point. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed so far. It's been great. I love the feedback. I love talking to you guys about tools. I have a great passion for tools. And I'll be doing mostly tool reviews, some car tech tips, and some small repairs sprinkled in if you're new to the channel. I mostly do middle of the road tools. I do some low end and some high end sprinkled in. This set was made by Craftsman. It's a 7-piece set. The model number is CMMT 21086. It includes 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13 respectively. It was around $27 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below if you are interested. Here's what we're going to include. I'm going to give you a few heads up on what's going to be in the series. I'm going to include Tecton, probably, Capri, Ulsa, Steel Pro, Seda, Craftsman V-Series, Duratec, Carlisle, Horace Day, Wen, Milwaukee SK, and probably Icon. I do as many sets as I can afford. I buy most of the tools with my own money. So it always comes down to money. I only have one sponsor so far, and that is Ulsa Tools. They're the only one so far that has reached out to me and sponsored my channel. So all the other ones you see on this channel, pretty much buy my own money. So it all comes down to what I can afford to buy to show you guys. I buy it, and then you guys ain't going to buy it. I show you ins and outs about it, what I think about it, and then let you decide for yourself what's best for you. This came with this pouch here. Oh, this is nothing great. You know, it's just a small set. It's the panel wrenches. What's pulling up to the camera here? Craftsman is in the house. Let's take a gander. These are the raised panel ones, guys. The ones we grew up with. That all you guys grew up with when you were younger, including myself. And you can see it's got that grainy look. That's what they had. These were not a polished wrench even way back then. I got the old ones on the left. I'll show you in a minute. But I wanted to look at the boxed end part here. And it's not very uniform around here. But for this price range, I'm not expecting a lot. It's a little bit thicker here, a little bit thinner here. The raised panel is not as raised as the old ones were. They smoothed it out somewhat. And the open end part, it's funny. I never even used this. This is how it came with those scratches. 13 mil. It is stamped like it used to be stamped on the old ones. Let's put it next to an old one. In with the new, out with the old. It's a damn shame there. Got an old one next to it. Let's try to get the panels focused here for you first here. The new one's on top. You can see the new one's it's not quite as pronounced, the panel. It's more rounded. It's not quite as, that's the one thing some people didn't like about the raised panel wrenches. They said they dug in your hand. To me personally, I never cared. I don't know if you can see it there. It is, the one on top is the new one. It is more rounded. It's not as high. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It's not as high. The one in the back here is not as high as the new one, or the old one. See if you can see. It's hard to put it where you can see it. So the panel is not raised as high, so some people might like that. Yeah, you can probably see it right there. The newer ones, it's basically it's supposed to be the same wrench. Obviously, it's not. One's made in China. These are made in China. And USA ones I have here are old stock. You'll see the VV on top here. If we can get it for focus on you, the focus for you. Doesn't seem to be focusing there. Yeah, right there you can see it. The VV. Old stock on top, new stock on the bottom, but they have the same number. Look at, they never changed the number over all these years. 42917. They have the same number. let's put it on a fastener here. Here's the new one here. I'm not going to put a caliper on. I'm going to put a caliper on one of them. I don't want to make the video too long here. It's a little bit sloppier than you'd probably like to see. Let's put the old one here next to it. I love my old V wrenches. Here's the old Craftsman. Definitely more snug. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's put it in the open end part or the box end part. This is the old one now. It's not too bad at all. Let's try a new one. You got China versus USA. This one's got a little bit more play in it. A new one. I wasn't expecting anything great out of these, but definitely got more play than the old ones had. I always find this interesting. I love my old Craftsman tools, and this one's definitely more snug. The chrome is about the same. You know, there's not much difference in the chrome. It is a little shinier on new ones. If you put it here on the side, you'll probably see it. The one on the right here is the new one. It is a little bit more shinier, but it's got that crude finish they had back then. It's basically, you know, it's supposed to be the same wrench, but obviously it's not in my book. But we'll put the specs on a 10 here for you. Put that back there. Let's grab a 10 here, if I can see. Here's a 10 millimeter. New one, and here's a 10 millimeter, or excuse me, that's an 11. It sucks when you're blind. The one on the left's the old stock. You can see there is a difference in the finish. It is more grainy, the old ones, but I think these new ones, they try to copy that, these other panels, but it's more shiny in the new one. You can see there a little bit on the edges. It is shinier. Yeah, it's all cosmetic, you know. It doesn't make it go, obviously. We're going to put a caliper on this one, so give me a minute here. Again, the raised panel, but they're not as pronounced as the old ones were. You can pick it up there. You can see it there. See how high that is, the back one, the old one? You can see it's a lot higher. So I did smooth that out somewhat, but let's put a caliper on here. First, I'm just going to put it on a fastener without the caliper. Here's the open end part. That's got quite a bit of play. Here's the old V's. Again, I'll show you the V. These are old stock. See the old V right there. Let's put this on. This is a lot snugger. The open end part, this is the old one. It's real snug. Look at that. Let's try the new one here. The one made in China. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get it focused here. Quite a bit of play in that one. Go back to the old one. Not as much play. Let's put a caliper on there. I do lots of tool reviews, guys. I really have a passion for tools, and this is going to be a good series. You're going to have a lot of good stuff in here. Let's put a caliper on a new one here. I got it on the bottom of the throat, 10.25. Let's go with the old stock here, 10.25 we got to beat. Make sure it's 0. 10.25. This is at the throat. 10.13, big difference there. Now let's go to the middle of it. It is 0. Go to the middle of it. 10.26, 10.27 for the new Craftsman. 10.27 we want to beat. This is the 10 mil. 10.27. 10.20. Wow, so there's a big difference there, guys. They are tighter on the old stock. USA made, that's not no surprise to me. But for the price of this set, like I said, it was pretty cheap. What was it, $27, I think? You know, it'd be good to throw in a car or something. They're okay wrenches. the series had to start someplace, so we started with the old Craftsman. We're going to be doing some good ones, guys, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. I don't usually ask people too much about subscribing. Unless I'm doing a giveaway. I do giveaways every other week. Everybody that's been with the channel for a while knows that. All right, guys, give me some feedback. If I haven't mentioned one you want to see, let me know. If I can afford to do it, I'll throw it in a series. Okay, guys, take care.